Hey guys, I'm Austen.
Hey, I'm Jonathan.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
Hey, I'm Caroline.
And I'm Nandheesh.
For our EC327 software course, we were given a project to design an Android app on the IDE Eclipse.
Our group name is Polar Eats, and we ended up designing an app called Hungry Hungry Polar Bears, Seals, and Eagles, the story of eating penguins, fish, and crabs.
We just wanted to show you a little gameplay footage before we start telling you the details so that you have an idea of what's going on.
Alrighty, so here we have our Eclipse IDE. We used this to code all of the, to design all of the code for the application itself. We coded exclusively in Java and stuck mainly to the SDK package.
So this is the Android phone emulator, and so we have to get to the game, we have to go to the menu screen, and then click on the Polar Eats icon. And this is our start screen, and when you click the help button, it shows the instructions of the game.
Okay, so now we're going to give you a little demo of the game. So the main objective of the game is to drag the prey to their relevant predator. The eagles eat crabs, the seals eat penguins, and the polar bears eat fish. Now beware, if you drag the wrong prey to the wrong predator, you're going to lose points. You have 2 minutes to rack up as many points as you can and see how far you can get. Now you can see that there's a golden penguin that just appeared on the screen, and it travels faster than all the other prey. So if you catch it, it's a bonus of 20 points, and any predator can eat that.
So there's about 10 seconds left now, and at the end of the game when the time runs to 0, you will see the text displayed Game Over and your final score, and right beneath it your final score will be displayed, as well as in the top right hand corner. At the end of the game, and as well as during the game, the best way to exit is by pressing the X button. We did not design the game to be exited by pressing the home or the back button.
Alright, so now I just wanted to give you a little feel for how the game actually functions behind the scenes. So, as you can see up top here, we're declaring all of our variables. Now this is our main game panel.java. This is where a lot of the work gets done in terms of drawing things onto the screen. It also has a lot of derived functions from other classes that we have in other .java files. You can see we declare all of our droid objects, and here we actually implement them. You can see the penguins, the fish, and the crab, as well as the golden penguin. We use setter and getter functions from the droid class as well as the event class to determine their random location and their speed. Those are determined in the speed and the droid.java files over here. As we go down here, we get their coordinates using getter functions, and we use the onTouch event, which is a function that's built into Java. We basically check and see if their x coordinates or basically see if they are touched, and if they are, we set their x and y coordinates to the coordinates that were gotten by the getter functions. We come down here, we basically on draw. We draw our objects directly to the screen. We're driving those from our PNG files over here in our drawables folder, and then we come down here to this large block of code, and what this basically does is this block of code, it keeps the penguins and other food items within the bounds and bouncing off the borders, basically saying if they occupy the pixel next to the border, bounce a different way. And this series of if statements down here determines the score you get depending on what animal is fed to what predator.
So now that we've showed you the game, it's time to talk about the app a little bit. And so the main question here is, why did we choose this app? And after thinking about it a little bit, we chose this app because we wanted it to fit anybody's interest, and we wanted it to be fun and creative and easy to play. You can play it anywhere you want at any time. And so after a couple sessions here, we came up with this idea.
So funny enough, we actually started with a game kind of focused around the whack-a-mole type gameplay, where the images were static and the person would tap on them and make them disappear. That wasn't dynamic enough for us, didn't seem very fun, so then we kind of moved on to images. We got them bouncing around the screen, so now we had bouncing penguins being eaten by polar bears, but then your score's only increasing by 1 or so, and it's the same images over and over. So the next evolutionary step kind of was adding more food sources and more predators to make the game a little more dynamic. And then we made sure that the food was randomly generated along with the randomly generated speeds, and we added a kind of a bonus character, the little golden penguin, that increases your score by 20. Really just want to make the game as dynamic as possible to make it as fun as possible.
So in order to make the app marketable, we want to make it addictive. And the qualities to make an app addictive are that it's simple, it's quick, and it's competitive. And our app does all of this. By making it competitive, it makes people want to compete with their friends and be able to beat them. And that's what we do here.
So we really enjoyed doing this project. It taught us a lot about Java and app development, and it also taught us that teamwork is essential to innovation. Although the app looks relatively simple, it took us a lot to get it to this point, so we hope you enjoy playing.
Thanks for watching.